I think early on I thought good stories had to have endings that I liked. But over time I realized that some of the most compelling stories don't always have a bow on the end of it. They're not just about what happened at the end, they're more about how people grew in the process. And as I began to realize that good stories are not about the ending, they're about the characters and the growth that they experience and the challenges that they face, then I had my eyes open even more to not be afraid to testify to things that haven't all resolved themselves. I'm Beth Guckenberger, Co-Executive Director of Back to Back Ministries. We're an international orphan care organization. I'm a missionary, author, speaker, wife, and mother. I had been telling stories about the ways in which God had grown me up and shown me who He was for more than a decade, 100 people at a time, with churches and with people who had come to visit us in both Spanish and in English. And then I had the invitation to write those stories down. And the first time I put them down in a manuscript, a book that would eventually be published under the title Reckless Faith, when I first put those in, I realized that audiences, when I tell them about what God is doing in and through Back to Back and through our families' lives, long after they forgot the verses that I shared, they remembered the stories that I told. People don't go to a conference or go to church on a Sunday morning to be entertained. They can stay home and be entertained. You go because you're looking for connection. It's my job up there to connect with the audience, but it doesn't stop there. I don't connect with the audience so they know me better. I want to connect with them so that they then want to connect with God or connect with each other or connect with those that are important to them. And when they get that message, then actually the story goes on long after we all leave the building. Then the best content actually happens when I'm not even in the room. What I really want an audience to feel like when I get off the stage is not how great she is. I want them to feel like this is what's possible with God. This is what I can now hope for because of Him. I want them to feel inspired, to lean in. My reckless faith took me across the border and into orphanages, but I understand that most people's reckless faith will cause them to cross the street. It'll cause them to enter into a classroom or maybe enter into a courtroom. I don't know where their reckless faith will take them, but I want them to leave with the idea that with God all things are possible and He can be trusted. I know that for the rest of my days, I'm going to be telling in as big a microphone as I can find who God is and what He's about and the way that He's met me and the stories and the places that I've been. Because of that kind of confidence, that I can walk into any stage, open up my Bible in front of any audience, and be confident that God has taken me there.